Welcome to Nerds Amalgamated, a podcast that covers the latest events in science, pop culture, and gaming.
I'm the professor, aspiring game developer, sci-fi aficionado, and completely and undeniably a geek trying to take over the world. I'll be breaking down the news from tech to gaming.
I am the DJ, a humble nerd, a big weeb,
and a watcher from the halls of the multiverse.
Just kidding. Anyways, I'll be breaking down all things comics to movies to anime.
Join us and stay hydrated as we quench you with witty banter, unintentionally hilarious hot takes, and trivia more fun than a night at the pub, courtesy of Nerds Amalgamated. Welcome back to Nerds Amalgamated. We're joined this week by Shane from ComX to talk about Supanova.
Hi everyone, I am Shane from ComX. A lot of people call me Sizz. It's become a bit of a trademark name for me within the ComX community, and that's ComX, C-O-M-X. So sometimes it sounds like I'm saying the plural of comic, but I'm actually talking about my I don't know what you'd call it. I don't know, what would you call it? It's a lot of things. It's a promotional thing for artists. It's for comic artists in Australia. It's a studio as well for helping publish people who can't do it themselves. Publish comics, of course. And there's a few other things in there, like ways to search for comic shops, like profiles. I have a website that has profiles of Australian creators, which is growing and growing. I think we're just under 200 at the moment. And they all get their own little profile. They all get their own little thing to say where all their socials are. They all get their examples of their work, a little spiel about themselves, kind of like a link tree but on steroids.
So you're basically Google.
Well, I found it really hard to find a lot of these people. So yeah, but the thing is, it makes them easier to find. I'm actually ranking almost as high as LinkedIn now for some of their names.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah, so that's pretty cool. I was pretty proud when that happened.
So you're not going to be evil like Google?
No, I have no intentions to be evil, but the power may go to my head.
Well, there goes that sponsorship deal.
That'll be Shane's trademark trademark call every time he hear that laugh at Supanova. You just go, "Oh my gosh, it's Shane! Run!"
Shane's gone evil. Cool. Yeah,
So-
that's probably about it for what I do. If you have any other questions, I'm happy to answer.
Yeah. Oh man, so Supanova. This is 100th Supanova.
Yeah, it was a big event.
Yeah. They said this was so normally Supernova goes for the Saturday and Sunday, but for the 100th they did the Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, which I and Shane over here had the I wouldn't call it the privilege, but the experience.
Yes, good choice.
Yeah, so
The experience of all 3 days.
so 3 days of Supernova. How did your legs feel, by the way, Shane?
My legs are okay this morning, but my feet hurt. Putting weight on my feet. I sit at a desk almost 24/7. Doing promotional work, organizing things, all that sort of stuff. I'm also a web developer, so I still sit at a desk to do that as well. So walking around is not something I do very often. So 3 days of it, my feet are killing me. And they're really good shoes I wore too. And they're still. So if I had to wear crap shoes, I'd be in a lot of pain right now, I think.
Oh yeah, and a lot of paracetamol.
Yes.
So let's start with the Friday event. So we all three met on Friday
Yes.
at the time.
At the sketch off.
Was that?
At the sketch off.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we
the
met at the sketch off. Yeah. That was fun.
That was a lot of fun. And I remember someone in the grouam won something. Am I remembering correctly?
I won Lauren Marshall's illustration of the Phantom in film noir style.
Yeah,
Oh,
that was
yeah.
very cool art too. So you're very lucky.
Yeah. You're gonna frame. So how did it look like at home? Are you gonna frame it up at your place or?
Yeah, I'm going to figure out some sort of frame for it.
That's
Anyway-
awesome, man.
It's quite a large piece. It's I think it's A3.
Yeah, A3. I thought so. Yeah, so a normal frame won't work.
Yeah, we were sitting at the back, and Shane, you were sitting at the very front as well. We were
Yeah,
like,
that's because Hugh's theory was if we sat at the front, we were more likely to win the pitches. And then he started handing out tickets. I'm like, Hugh, doesn't matter where we sit, we've got the same likelihood of winning this as anyone else. So he's like, oh, there goes that theory. And you guys who were sitting right at the back.
Yeah, yeah. Holy shit! Yeah, we were like, I was really surprised. I was like, damn.
Yeah, that was awesome.
And what's
As he
even
walked
more,
past, I went, hey, I know him.
what's even more impressive was the fact that it was Jamie, Trip, and and Lauren Marshall. They were all at the table and they were doing these artworks in 30 minutes. That's impressive.
That was impressive that they all three of them came out with something so amazing in 35 minutes.
Yeah.
That was just like, wow. Because we do drink and draws, which give everyone an hour. And people struggle with the hour. And it's like, these guys did it in 35 minutes. That's amazing.
And what was even more amazing was we were bombarding them with questions as well.
Yes. Now answering the questions too. Wow.
Yeah. I asked. I was one of the people that asked the question as well, and I was really nervous. I asked. I think my question was, what was the one comic book they would read over and over again? And Jamie's response was Batman Hush.
Oh, yep.
Lauren's, I think she said was Lady Killers. I think.
Okay, I can't remember actually.
Yeah, and Trips was he had too many to name.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
He didn't want to narrow it down in case one of them was going to sponsor him. He didn't want to like name the other one. So, well, I was going to ask a question, and then I thought, well, if I ask one of them a question, they might feel targeted because that I was trying to slow them down. So I was like, oh no, I can't do that. And then you asked a question that was for everyone. I'm like, oh, maybe I could ask a question and just do it for everyone. But then the thing was over, so I was too slow. So yeah, that was a lot of fun actually. And they recorded them drawing every now and again so you could see their progress. The progress was actually pretty cool as well, just watching. Like Lauren looked like she was like way behind and with some of the shots because she was drawing in blue pencil, which the camera wasn't picking up. And and then all of a sudden, boom, this finished piece. So what about yourself, Mr. GJ?
Yeah. Oh, myself. As in what I did after the sketch off or during the sketch off.
During the sketch off, what do you think of the art?
Oh, they were amazing. They were really amazing. All three of them just amazing. Jamie's looked so cool. Trips was fun. That was funny. What he did. And then Lawrence was just wow.
Yeah, for a bit of a quick description, I think Jamie's was the one that was the Phantom in a trench coat.
Yeah.
Trip had the Phantom with a birthday cake for Supernova 100 because it's also the Phantom's 100th birthday coming up.
Yep.
And Lauren Marshall's was the Phantom holding a pistol.
Oh, well, you'd know that one well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have you showed that, by the way, Professor, have you showed that painting to anyone else at your place?
Yeah. My dad is jealous. I used to read Phantom when it was in the newspapers when he was young.
Oh.
Yeah, I think my father's also a bit of a fan of the Phantom. I think that's the only comic superhero type character that he likes.
So after the sketch off, and then we all went our separate ways. Professor, where did you go for your thing?
I went to see Adam Savage.
Oh yeah.
Nice.
He did a Q&A, which was really interesting.
That would have been.
He's such a great stage presence, and it really felt like we'd only been in there for 15 minutes when they were like, all right, the hour's up, you got to go.
Oh, no way. That's when you know that it was a good time, when the time just flies by.
So what was Adam talking about during that session?
He was talking about his career and how he got to where he is, and also about the One Day Build series he does on YouTube.
Oh, yeah.
I haven't seen any of those. I'll have to go check them out.
Yeah, the One Day Builds, he's got a couple coming up. I think the one that he was sort of keeping half secret, apart from telling everyone in the audience, I won't talk about. But the other one, he's working on a giant dinosaur.
Oh, in one day?
No, this is a longer project.
I was going to say, in one day, that would be very impressive. I'd be impressed with a small dinosaur in one day.
Well, he does note that the One Day Builds never take one day.
Ah, cool. Well, I'll let you in on a little secret. Most of the people in Drink and Draw take more than an hour to finish their drawings. Not all of them. Some of them
Oh.
do it in an hour, but some of them take a little. An inside secret for you, exclusive for you guys, nerds amalgamated. Mated. I can't even say the word. See, this is how tired I am. This is how tired I am. 3 days of that. I'm an old man. I'm not built for this sort of stuff.
and it's Monday.
It's Monday, yes.
It's
Um,
Monday.
yeah, this is getting back to work days, so it's like, oh, I just want to lie down and sleep. But no, it was a great time, and that's probably why I'm so tired because I had so much fun.
Oh yeah. So in the Adam Savage exhibit, Professor, what else did they do? They must have had a Q&A as well. Hey.
Yeah, they did a Q&A. Most of the questions were about when they builds, but there was also some about his early career.
Oh yeah.
His first acting job was in a toilet paper commercial.
Oh,
No way.
that would have gone viral during COVID.
Yeah, shame that never turned up again. And the one that I knew about, he got a bit later, which was playing Boy Who Drowns in Billy Joel's You're Only Human music video.
Really? I'm going to have to go watch that video clip now.
Yeah, he's only in it for a few seconds, but
I'll have to
there's
see what it looks
a lifeguard who
like.
drags a boy out of the water, and it's Adam Savage.
Oh.
That's
And
amazing.
apparently that's where he got his nerd glasses from. He first wore them for that shot, and then was like, "Hey, these kind of look good."
That's awesome. I love it.
Do you ever talk about the MythBuster days as well, or kind of skipped on that one?
Yeah, he spoke about MythBusters a bit.
There were bound to be people asking about it, I'm sure.
Yeah, people were definitely asking about MythBusters.
Yeah, I'd say there's a lot of people that know him from that and not his YouTube.
Yeah.
Because that's how I know him. I didn't even know he had a YouTube channel. I can't even talk. This is ridiculous. Okay, YouTube. It's a simple word, Shane. Yeah. See, I didn't know that he was a hit on that either. I knew he had something like that he was doing, but I didn't know it was this big thing. Yes, but I know MythBusters didn't end very happily, so that's what I wouldn't have asked any questions.
Oh, really? The impression I got from him was that it was all pretty good.
Really?
Because they knew it was on its way out, so they planned a massive final season. And when the studio was ready for them to do that, they got to do it.
So I was fed misinformation. Oh, the internet's a horrible.
What you might have heard is that he doesn't really talk to Jamie much.
Oh, okay.
Really?
They were never really close friends. They just worked together.
Just work together. Oh, well, that makes sense. Then you wouldn't talk to someone if you weren't good friends or just workmates. I don't talk to any of my ex except the ones who I'm a friend with. Yeah, does that make sense?
I remember there was a video that Adam talked about was how both Jamie and Adam had both different ideas on the direction of MythBusters. Like Adam was more of the money making side, while Jamie was more of the I want to do more on the more on the technical side of things.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
what I've heard. So I'll have to put up that video. But
You gotta love them, don't you?
yeah.
Yeah, apparently for the lead balloon myth, which you talked about as well, Jamie was like, "Well, that's obvious," and yes, Adam did do a Jamie impression,
Oh, that's classic.
and so Jamie thought it was obvious and not worth doing, and so Adam was really pushing to do the lead balloon, and they ended up having this moment where Jamie completely came around to it and was obsessed with it too.
So what else did Adam talk about besides the one day builds and MythBusters and early career? Did he talk anything about the life of Hollywood as well?
Yeah, he did actually answer a question about Hollywood, but I don't remember the details.
You're caught up in the amazingness that was the event.
Yeah, well, if you ever get a chance to see Adam Savage talk, I highly recommend it. It's a great time.
Yeah, it was a very big there was a big turnout for that thing, wasn't there?
Yeah, I was worried we weren't all going to fit in the theater,
Oh, damn.
but it turned out to be a lot bigger inside than I thought it would be.
That's like
Nice. So where else did you go, Professor, after Adam Savage?
Well, since I was made redundant on Monday, I
Oh.
actually went to see a few of the job talks.
Well done. Good thinking. That's
Yeah.
Yeah, they
constructive.
had I don't remember what they called it now, but Friday was a sort of a jobs fair sort of feeling.
Okay.
They had talks from universities and game developers and LinkedIn experts about how to optimize your resumes and all of that.
I had no idea that would have been cool.
Mm.
Yeah, so maybe not as fun as the other stuff, but still interesting for me.
Yeah, it would have been interesting to me as well. I'd love to know how to optimize LinkedIn.
Yeah. How about you, Shane? So after we went our separate ways, for sketch off, where did you go, Shane?
Where I went, I just went in search of Australian indie creators. Well, actually, no, I take that back. Australian comic creators, because I did interview some people who were not indie creators, which made a lot of my questions in my little pile of questions redundant because it all talks about indie. Yeah, so I didn't even think of that. I handed it over to Wayne, and he's like, "I don't really do this." And I'm like, oh yeah, shit, we've got to go through the questions now and figure out which ones you can answer. But yeah, I can't remember who we did first. I think we did one interview before we went and saw the draw off. No, we did 3 interviews. Sorry, we did. Oh no. See, this is what I mean. I didn't want to name people. Because I know I'll forget them or I'll mispronounce their name. They were in a row. There was David, I think, John, and Lauren. We did those 3, and then we went off to the draw off.
Nice.
And they were guests. So I believe John and David both work on like Marvel, DC, all that sort of stuff. And Lauren has just recently got a Turtles cover.
Nice.
She's done a decent amount of work on.
Hmm.
But there was a lot of people I met who I had no idea who they were. I just happened to know those 3.
Yeah, I hanged out with you after the draw off, and man, we had a fun lunch. We were just chatting a bit. Oh, my friend, I want to say this. When Hugh was with us, your
My
assistant,
cameraman.
yeah,
Yeah.
your cameraman, he was with us. Yeah, it was hilarious. We were having lunch. And we were eating with our normal chairs. Hugh got the idea of grabbing this tiny chair, and he sits in the middle between us. And I'm like, Hugh, what are you doing? Why are you sitting in this tiny
It
chair?
looked like he was our kid or something.
I was like, Hugh, there are other normal chairs around. Why are you
Yeah.
sitting on this?
Just to put it in perspective, me and DJ were sitting in like stools, like high stools on a high bench.
Yeah.
We went and got like a little kid's spare chair from one of the tables, so it was tiny. So he's sitting his head was only just reaching the edge of the tabletop that
Oh, that was funny.
it looked hilarious.
Yeah, and then what did we afterwards? And then after lunch, and then we walked around a bit, and you did you did an interview. I remember I thought it was Saturday or Friday. You did an interview
Friday.
with it was Friday. You did an interview with Sean as well.
Sean Keenan, yes.
Yeah, Sean from Comics to Movies.
Next to
our good
movies. And
good
I
friend.
believe after I walked away to put something in the rubbish bin, you then decided to jump in and do an interview as well.
Yeah, I tried my best. It was so I was so nervous in front of the camera. I was like,
Oh no.
I can't say things. I just say something random off the top of my head, and there I go. He was giving me this odd look, like, what are you doing, man? Are you crapping my style or something? Like, I was like, poor guy. I was like, I didn't want to drag you into this. Sorry, man.
Well, Q actually he was laughing every time I said the 3Q interview, and it started cracking me up as well, so I couldn't say it towards the end. So I'd look over to him to say, "This is Sis from ComX, and this was the 3Q interview," because that's what we called it, the 3-question interview. And I started laughing towards the end every time because he has this little smirk on his face every time I say it. I started cracking up. So some of the interviews we're gonna have to chop up quite and edit quite a lot to get me the part where I laugh.
But that's the essence of it. You had fun.
I was also Hugh then just said afterwards. He said, "Oh, I smiled so that you weren't turning around and looking at me doing my resting bitch face." And I'm like, "Oh no!" I just thought you were laughing at me, so I started laughing as well.
Oh, nice. Oh, and then we hanged around, and then I met John Jarrett from Wolf Creek. He was having a blast as well.
Oh, that's really
Like
cool.
signing autographs and stuff. Well, the hell, it was funny. Like every time people pay photos, he gets an autograph. He just writes like, hey person, go fuck yourself or something like that. And I'm like, I bet you someday person's gonna look at that photo and say, why is he swearing at you? Is that the actual autograph or what?
Well, someone offered to sign one of Hugh's pictures, Dear eBay user.
Yes, I remember the MC of the sketch off made it very clear that the winners are not to put the art on eBay.
Yeah, that's right.
Oh,
He did say that, didn't he?
on the sketch off, what was funny was when Professor got the guy's number call, they had to go up on stage. I was taking photos like a proud parent, just like, smile, Professor, you're doing well. Like you were very nervous on stage, Professor. I remember that.
Yeah, I was a bit.
Yeah. That's understandable. I mean, I get nervous when I do recordings and I'm in the safety of my own home. So I can just imagine up on a stage with everyone looking at you and taking photos.
Oh yeah, yeah. And after the event, I gave the professor here a couple of the photos. He was happy about that. Yeah. I went and saw all the posters over at the Artist Alley. Like there were some really cool posters.
Oh, there were. There's
Yeah.
amazing artists in the alley.
Yeah. I even spoke to someone. She was one of the animators in Has Been Hotel as well.
I don't know that show.
Yeah, her name was Laurie Explody. Yeah, Laura Thiel as her name on her business card. Yeah, she was very
okay.
cool. She was very cool. I spoke to her like, oh man, she had some fun experiences with that production.
Oh, cool. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
the thing I like about Artist Alley. Like they're all so friendly and they're also willing to talk.
Mm.
We were talking to one person, we're trying to like edge them on because there was a customer, and they just kept talking to us. And it's like, the customer, ignore us, go serve the customer. No, they just kept talking to us, telling their story. So yeah.
Yeah.
And
So
people were sort of like getting really uncomfortable, going, "We're taking a sale here off them."
Professor, your seminars that you went to, what were the fun moments in those ones?
Well, I went to a how to get into game development one,
Okay.
and I thought it was just really encouraging to see so many young people who were wanting to do games
Mm.
because the industry's on a bit of a downturn at the moment,
Oh, really?
and there's the threat of AI replacing all our jobs.
Ah, yes.
But there's still a bunch of people out there who want to hopefully have the passion to follow through and make games.
It's a hard slog.
Yeah, I saw some gaming, like indie gaming sections as well. Like there was, I forgot the game. I forgot the game now. There was also game pods as well on some of the booths.
It's a game pod.
It's just basically you sit into those cool oval shaped seats.
And it moves around? Is that what it does?
Yeah.
Wow, that would be so cool.
Yeah. Was there? Then there was also there were also some game expos not game expos, but like gaming sessions as well. People
Yeah,
can
cool.
go in and play.
Yeah, I was a bit bad. I actually stayed over in the Artist Alley the entire time and didn't even check out what the rest of the place was offering, which was really bad. So sort of silly, 3 days, and I didn't even see one half of the place.
That's fair.
And I was there all 3 days. And I'm like, oh, I wonder what's over there. I walked through it quickly to get to the Green Cafe. That was the only time I walked through it.
All
I'm
right.
like, oh, look at all these things. I didn't know that was over here.
So you were so after all that happened. So So what time did you So you left after the Adam Savage event, didn't you, Professor?
No, I hung around for another couple of hours because there was the LinkedIn talk.
Yeah.
But the question I've been itching to ask you guys.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
What's the best cosplay you saw?
Oh shit.
Oh, that's a good question. I'm going to have to think about that one. I would say, okay, the funniest one was this woman who was dressed up as the original Laura Was it Lara Croft?
Lara Croft, yeah, Lara.
Oh, okay. Oh, Jesus. I don't play games. Lara Croft, she had the pointy breasts. Her guns were like pixel shape. And it was hilarious. And she even moved the same as the game. All very jerky and unrealistic movements. So yeah, it was hilarious. It wasn't that much to the costume, but it was just funny that she thought to do that.
Mine would be the giant bird from Up.
Oh, I saw them. They had the whole family dressed as up.
Yeah.
They had the old man, the scout, and they had a child dressed as the dog.
No way. I didn't see that at all. See, ripped off. That teaches me that I didn't go to the other end, because I think there was people who didn't go to our end either. Because I was watching some footage on YouTube just before, and there was a lot of cosplayers I never saw being featured on this video that were apparently there during the weekend.
Yeah.
And I'm like, maybe they never came to the comic section, which means that's why I never saw them.
There was a lot of there was a lot of people dressed in like army gear as well, army and SWAT gear. I was like,
Yeah,
oh,
too. I started going, is that a real cop or is that someone cosplaying?
Well, the actual army were there recruiting as well.
yeah.
Oh, God, that's even more confusing. So
My favorite cosplay was a Tears of the Kingdom Link.
Oh, I might have seen it.
I didn't.
Yeah, it was. They had all of the accessories, so they even had. I don't know why they didn't just use a Switch for it, but they 3D printed a case for their phone that looked like the PuraPad.
Wow, that's really cool. I mean, it's amazing the work that these people put into their costume. Some of them are just so intricate that you're like, that probably took them a year to prepare for this event. So that blows my mind, the dedication these cosplayers have to their.
There were a lot. There were a lot of Wolverine and Deadpool ones as well.
Yeah, there was a lot more at OzCom. Sorry to talk about the other one. But yeah, there was a lot of Deadpools at that.
Yeah,
because that's when the movie just came out. So that's
I was really hoping someone do like a flash mob of all the Deadpools just doing like dancing. I would love to see it. I was like,
that would have been awesome. That would have been awesome.
yeah.
But yeah, I don't know if I spotted anything that was a lot of them had done. Towards the end of Sunday, I did start to notice a lot of Lara Croft, so I thought was interesting. Has she got something new coming?
There was the Tomb Raider Netflix series. That was
maybe that's why there's so many. There was so many. Not Friday, Sunday. There was so many of them on Sunday.
there were also a couple of Arcane ones I saw for because the Arcane season came out
Okay.
on the weekend. And there were a couple of My Hero Academia as well. There were a couple of Spy X Families, a lot of Harley Quinns. There was a mix. There was a lot of mixes. So.
Oh, there was a massive mix. I think it was just because they all congregated in the same area that I saw what felt like a lot of Lara Crofts. But it probably wasn't that many. There's probably just as many everything else as well. Just there was about 4 of them all in our area at the same time. So it felt like a lot.
Yeah.
And they were all looking at the one with the pointy breasts, doing pixelated stuff, and all wanted photos with her. The original Lara Croft from the original game.
So that was Friday, and then so we went to Saturday. Saturday was interesting. It was packed.
Saturday was ridiculous. You couldn't move down the aisles.
And you were bumping into people. It's like I had so many times saying like sorry.
I'm a very calm person and a very polite person, but I got to the stage where I started getting crowd rage. And I was ready to push someone over. It was just so I could move through the thing a bit faster, 1 meter per hour. So
and
they would have got their money's worth, Supanova, just from Saturday.
Oh yeah,
crazy amount of people.
Yeah,
that raises an interesting question though. How do the full body cosplayers know where they're going? I saw these Space Marines from 40K.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And they were legitimately like more than 2 meters tall.
Yep. Well, at least they could see over the crowd.
Yeah, that's an advantage. But they're so bulky, I don't know how they move in those things.
Yeah, and because they're so big and bulky, they could have stood on people and not know they did.
I asked one of them, like, how hot can it get underneath the suits? And he says, very hot. Okay, I'm like, okay. That's fair.
Yeah. Have
New
you
Year-
guys ever dressed up?
No,
No.
I had for a fancy dress party for my brother's 40th. That's it. That's the only time I've ever dressed up in my.
Well, a bit of a no, it's not really embarrassing. So, but I have. I used to go to these things dressed as the Fourth Doctor,
Oh, okay, cool.
and I made my own scarf, which I don't know if the pattern I had was wrong, but mine ended up being absolutely massive,
Oh.
and that thing alone is like, yeah, heat stroke in winter.
Oh, wow.
So I did not wear it for this event in November when it was 35 degrees.
Oh, no, I wouldn't either. To hell with that.
Yeah, it was very humid yesterday.
Yeah, I
On
saw a
the
lot of people, and I did think that it's like, how are you surviving in that costume right now? I'm just in a t-shirt and shorts, and I'm ready to die from that.
Hmm.
I wonder if anyone's ever done a DIY water suit. You know, like I think Formula One drivers and
Yeah.
actual actors wear when they're in costume.
Hmm.
They have those suits with the pipes in them that run cold water.
I've seen a costume that had a fan built into it, and that was blowing them inside the thing. It's like they walk past and there's this weird noise, and then you notice there's a little fan in the side of the costume blowing air on them. So I thought that was well thought out because that suit looked really hot.
Yes. So on Saturday, so it was packed. Professor, you went around, weren't you, on Saturday? 'Cause you were
No,
just
I only went to Friday.
you only went on Friday. So Shane, what did you do on during that time?
Saturday was just me and Hugh walking around getting interviews from people if they was available. So we tried not to do interviews to anyone who was busy. We didn't want to take them away from their customers and their fans, I guess you could say as well. Some of them would. And I wouldn't be able to tell you who we did on which day. It was probably me whinging about the heat and Hugh going, "We've got to go to the next interview." That was probably the main thing Saturday.
I was just spending money on artwork like crazy. I was just like, all right, buy this art, buy that art, buy this art, buy that art. Trip was very Trip. I bought a couple of art from Trip as well. Like his my favorite one my favorite one was the Wolverine in metallic paint, metallic as well. It looks so cool.
Who was that from? Can you remember?
From Trip.
Oh, from Trip as well. Yep. I got
Yeah.
stuff off Trip a couple of years ago, so I was like, oh, I'll try to get off something different. But I didn't. Oh no, I didn't get any more art from Mike. What's his last name? No, I can't remember. See, this is why I don't name people because I forget their last names. Like Mike who? I mean, I don't know, I've forgotten. But he had like on metal, his art printed on metal, and I was like, I so want that, but I'd already spent my entire budget by the time I saw this. So I'm like, you want to give it to me for $5? I got $5 left in my budget, and we had a bit of a laugh about it. And then I said, no, I wasn't joking.
Oh, I saw Matthew Riley on Saturday.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he was really cool. It was really cool to have. He was releasing his one of his books as a graphic novel, Hovercar Racer, as a graphic novel. So I had the fun of meeting him. I took a photo with him as well. I even asked him about whether he has the DeLorean. Everyone keeps talking about it. He said he lives in California. He lives in LA nowadays, but his DeLorean's in Melbourne, and his friend takes care of it. I was like, oh, that's so cool to have that.
That's really cool. So, sorry, I'm not familiar with him. Who?
He is an author. He's an Australian author. Was famous for books like Scarecrow. As I said, Hovercar Racer, Ice Station. Ice Station.
He was bringing out a graphic novel. Did you say?
Yeah, he brought out a graphic novel.
Oh, should I interviewed him as well? I didn't know. There were a few people like that we chanced across that were like, oh, it's a graphic. And we interviewed them, but because we only wanted to do people that were doing comics and graphic novels. If we opened it up beyond that, we would have done so many interviews.
But it was a decent line. There was a couple of people, and yeah, he was fun. He was fun to talk to as well.
Right.
Yeah. And then so what else happened? I had a look at a couple of swords as well. They looked nice.
They sell really well, don't they? Because I always see people by the end of the day walking around.
Oh yeah. It's that or the lightsabers.
Oh yeah, they're popular as well. I noticed. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, we saw a couple of Star Wars cosplayers as well on Saturday, and
Mhm.
yeah, and so that's what happened. Sunday was then we go down to Sunday. Sunday was interesting.
Did you see Chewie?
No, I saw him. Yeah, he
He
was
was a monster. He
huge.
was on stilts. He was on stilts to make himself even bigger. So he was like one of those guys in that battle armor stuff where they're huge,
Hmm.
looking down on everyone.
Oh yeah,
So
yeah.
that was
He
a
was
really cool costume too. Yeah.
yeah he was huge. There was a big turnout as well on Sunday because
Yeah.
the guy from Cobra Kai was doing his appearance. It was Kreese, I think it was.
I saw the mouse from the Matrix was there.
Oh yeah, Matt Dorf. Yeah.
Yeah, he walked past we call it the guest part of creators.
Nice.
He was very friendly. He gave us a wave and bit of a wink and stuff as he walked past. I'm like, cool guy, very friendly.
Oh, and then what else happened on Sunday? On Sunday there was also got the name now.
Oh, you've caught my disease.
Ah, damn it. Because you also spoke to a couple more people, didn't you, Shane? For
Yeah, I
on-
think we did more on Sunday than we did any other day because I think what it was we were sort of like, crap, we've got to do them because there is no tomorrow, so we've got to do them now. I actually ran around trying to get photos with everyone that we'd interviewed because I didn't think to do it when we were interviewing them at the end of Sunday. And just as I got to the area where all the guests were, for the comic guests, they were being taken away to do a group photo. So I've only got people that we interviewed that weren't a guest.
Hmm.
So that's a shame.
Matt Doran, that was his name. Yeah, Mouse was there. Oh, what else happened? Nothing significant happened around that time.
I was just doing interviews, so it was cool meeting these people. And Hugh, because I came in late, so I wasn't feeling well Sunday. And Hugh had gone around looking for people, and we only thought we had 2 more to do on Sunday, and then he hands me this list. There's about 12. I'm like, what? What do you do today? And it's like, no, I found this guy, and I found this girl, and I found this guy, and this girl, and this guy, and this guy, and this guy. Okay, let's go. I'm not feeling well, but let's do this.
Me and Shaw, I was helping out Sean on Sunday.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, we were having nice chats about certain stuff. So we were also talking about Star Wars, and we were also talking about the Crow movie as well. He was like, "I'm gonna watch it, and I'm gonna watch this movie because apparently one cosplay does the Crow." And she was like, "Oh, that was a great movie." I was like, "Was it?" I was going like, "Was it a good movie though?" And this is the Crow remake. I was like, "Was it though?"
I guess these things will always appeal to someone. So
Yeah, that's true.
everyone's got different tastes.
Hmm.
So yeah, it's like, but you sort of go question it, and you're like, really, really?
Yeah, but this year's Supernova, so near the end because you hung around. I hung around until like till nearly 6 o'clock because you hung around as well, didn't you, Shane?
I was
What
there
time?
until 5:30. Once I
Yeah.
realized I couldn't get those photos,
Yeah.
I decided to try to beat the mad rush from the closing happen and left.
Did you also? Because I think there was a famous comic book person as well. During Saturday and Sunday, if I recall. Was it Roy Thompson? Was it Thomas or Roy Thomas or Roy Thompson? He was there as well, and they were taking a group photo with him on Sunday.
Oh, I think I remember them walking through, and it looked like the volunteers looked like bodyguards.
Yeah.
Yep, I remember that. Just like a team of them walking around him, and it's like, what?
Yeah. This is Supernova. That was a fun Supernova to do.
Yeah, I had a ball.
Yeah.
I mean, I love doing the interviews, but it would have been nice to have just had some downtime there as well. My only downtime was feeling sick or eating or getting a drink.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because talking was it really dries your mouth out doing the interview. So then I'd have to run off, get a drink from where I'd left my bottle. So I didn't like carrying it around with. That wasted a lot of time, so I probably shouldn't have done that.
Yeah.
But it was a lot of fun. Got to meet new people that I didn't know were in Australia. Got
Yeah,
to re-meet people I did know already. I didn't give out the business cards. I got into a bad habit of not giving them out because the first probably 10 people we interviewed, I knew them all well. So I didn't give them cards because that's a bit. And then after that, I kept doing it. And then I realized the last 5 people I didn't know, and I didn't give them a card. I'm
I was giving out business cards at my end. I was just like, all right, check us out, check us out, check us out, check us out, check us out. I was like, wow, I must be giving a lot of business cards.
Yeah. You want to know something funny, though? The people I did give a business card to?
Yeah.
I realized after I'd given them out, at about 5 o'clock Sunday night, I looked at them and went, oh, that's my old website.
Oh, shit.
Hang on, I'll just hop on my phone and see if it still redirects to my new website. Expired. Oh.
Well, at least you have your Facebook page and all, so they can still find you.
It's a dead link. It's a dead link. It
Oh,
goes
shit.
nowhere. So I had to go run back to some of them and say, okay, my email, the website on the email, that's my new one. That's that. You'll find all the information there. Please remember that. Don't go to the really big written one down the bottom, which is really bold and sticks out, and you'll probably forget that that's the one not to go to. And yeah, so that was a bit embarrassing. But I got home and I threw them all in the bin, so I didn't do it again.
Now you have the unenviable task of designing and redesigning and writing new cards and getting the cards.
Either that or I rebuy the domain and forward it again. But no, my luck, someone's bought it and they'll go, yeah, I'll sell it to you for 5,000.
Oh yeah.
That's
Oh,
what
yeah.
they do. Just warning everyone out there: if you buy a domain, you use it, and you let it expire, there are people out there who look for stuff that's just expired. If they think you're going to want it back, they will buy it and hold you to ransom to get it back.
Oh,
It's an actual thing. It's an actual thing on the internet.
damn.
I've got another site where the guy's asking for 5,000. I'm like, dude, I don't want that site. So you're gonna have to find someone else who wants it for $5,000. That's just for the domain name. That's not for a website. It's not for anything. It's just for the domain. It's crazy. It's crazy. But I guess it works. If people do it, there must be get desperate and go, I really need that domain, $5,000.
Oh,
There you go. That's all my work life in.
yeah, that's fine. That's fine. But yeah, would you do it again? Like if Supernova 101 comes in?
Oh yes, definitely. That was so much fun that weekend. Even though I only did a little bit of fun non-work things while I was there, it was still, even the interviews themselves were a lot of fun. Because we have random questions that we ask them. I've got a pile of about 25, I think it is, 25 questions. And we ask them 3 from that pile. So everyone's asking different questions pretty much.
What was your most awkward question in that? What was the funniest question you asked on that pile?
Oh, the funniest. It'd probably be a funny answer because none of the questions are funny. There was one about diversity.
Yeah.
That really put the person on the spot because you've got to be really careful what you say about those. They were on camera. We were going to post it to YouTube, and it was like, I might take that question out because it's not like it was anything bad. There's nothing bad with talking about it. It's just you've got to be so careful these days what you say, and you could see in their face that they were like pausing to really concentrate on not saying the wrong word. So yeah, I took that question out. I took it out of the pile. I went, I'll be nice to that one.
That's fair enough.
Funny answers. I don't know actually. It's all a bit of a blur. Even if I told you the funniest answer, I wouldn't know who did it because it's all in my brain. It's all question after question after question after question after question. So we did, I think it was around 20 something people. So say 25, 3 questions. That's 75 questions. So yeah, they kind of blend together now.
It's like it's like this morning you just wake up like it's a hangover. I had a hangover, guys.
I had dreams about asking people questions. I didn't even escape the place last night. I had dreams about doing interviews. So I still did another 25 or more questions last night.
Oh man, that would have been terrifying.
I can't tell you who the people were. They were like sort of random, generic people. But yes, I was asking questions of these random, generic people, a lot of people around us. So I'm assuming my dream was about.
Yeah. Oh man, you got anything else to add, Professor? You've been really
No, I think it was
quiet.
a great time.
Yeah.
I'd
You got
probably go to another in maybe not straight away, maybe in a couple of years.
I'm going every year.
I'm going every year.
I'm actually hoping that I can organize a table and actually be one of the behind the table selling comics. Sounds so ridiculous.
That would sounds like an X-Men character. Like I am ComX.
Maybe that's subconsciously what I was doing because I'm a massive comic X-Men.
Anyways, should we call it, Professor, or you're all good?
Yep, let's wrap it up. Where can they find us, DJ?
They can find us anywhere, everywhere, all at once. If you know that reference, you know that reference.
I still need to see that movie.
Hey, they gets it.
Yeah, I was gonna say I want to see that movie too. I don't know why I haven't, because everyone tells me how brilliant.
Oh yeah.
Anyway, look after yourself, stay hydrated, and we'll see you next time.
Stay happy, stay nerdy. See you guys.
Sis here. Have a good time, everyone. I haven't got a catchphrase.
Ha.